Hello, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah? Okay. Know if you can hear me. Not entirely sure if I've got all the pieces right. There we go. Somebody's there. Maybe that's me. All right, Corey says yes, then it's a go. All right, so this is going to be rock on. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Corey. Justin. Hi, all of you. It's actually nice to do this and see people because I wasn't expecting that. I thought I was just going to speak into the ether. And I got no slides, so it's just myself. So, welcome to what is the first ever That Conference Texas. For the folks that are online, welcome. This will be the second online That Conference, which is staggering, if you will. For you all in the audience, let's make this interactive. Ask questions. Same with the folks that are online. If you've got questions, I'll keep kind of looking here at the laptop. But my intent today was to talk about a bit of our journey to here, a bit of how you're sitting and how we think about open spaces, how open spaces has turned, the spirit of open spaces has turned our vision for what we do on that.us, and how we think about online to try to kick off, or how we think about online with that.us, right? And how this all kind of has come together, and you've been a big part of the spirit and info there. Hey, John. Oh, I can do it, I think, here. John, will you turn the mic down on my... They're saying it seems a little hot. All right, so let me tell a little story. 2016-ish, I don't remember the year quite exactly, had a conversation with the Kalahari. They were going to build this resort in a place called Round Rock, Texas. And I was like, cool, I would like to be on that journey with you as well. So we agreed then that we would set up that conference, Texas, and it would be our 10th year in Wisconsin and our first year in Texas. And so some of you will hear a little bit of this tomorrow too, but it'd be our first year down here. So we all know what's happened over the past couple of years. But that opened a door for us to really lean into the work that we've done online. And I think that this is a great platform that we have, regardless of Texas or Wisconsin, but the fact that we all get together, this conversation here and this conversation with the folks online, there'll never be this again. It's the first time in Texas that everybody who's here is going to make this what it will be. You'll notice that we didn't bring, I know you've been to Wisconsin, you live close by. Have you guys been to the Wisconsin event? First-timers, total first-timers. So here's a great intersection of folks who have been to it and not been to it. So I'm going to guess you're super close by. So Round Rock or Austin, or did you come further? Well, you came further. You are committed. I don't even know where San Antonio is. I'm kidding. How about you guys? I'm from Maryland. Okay, we need to talk. What's that? Pennsylvania. Do you two know each other too? Okay, all right. And everybody online, they just don't count, but I'm just kidding. So, the thing for me is, I think of this as a family reunion, right? When we're physically together, it's a family reunion. We get to have this laughter, joke, right? We'll get to meet people face to face. But at the same token, we leave, and then there's another 365 days out of the year, or 360, where we still want to interact with one another, where our lives go back, and they're equally important to the things that happen. Now, we made a decision in 2020 that the power in open spaces, and you all will experience it tomorrow, as will you too. You all know it quite well. There's something really special that happens during that time. And the specialness is it's completely hyper-focused on the people who are there in that conversation. I call it the unstructured conversation. It's the right people, the right amount of time, the right topic, because you all chose it, whatever that happens to be. And that's the way we think about that.us. That's the way we think about that.us. And I say that because I think that we're doing an injustice to how we interact online. Here's a new medium of things that we're using a different medium for, right? We're going to take what we do in person, and then we're going to try to overlay it online because technology says that we can do that, instead of thinking about the thing that we want to do online and how we want to interact. So when I think about that.us, and we talk about having an online conference, the reality is what we're trying to do is we're trying to take open spaces, which is here, and bring that online. Because the diversity of the conversation gets bigger, right? The diversity of the conversation can go across the pond. It can go at any time of day. It doesn't have to be facilitated by me, right? I don't have to be the blocker in that conversation. If you want to talk about GraphQL, and you like GraphQL, because I know you like it, do you really like it? Seriously? Okay, I didn't mean for that to happen, but that was pretty cool. I like GraphQL, right? But the fact that that conversation just happened, now not only do the two of us get to meet, right, and we can have a conversation because you're going to have a question. I could say, what do you want to know about Graph? Like, what's a burning question for you? Totally on the spot. If you could ask any question about GraphQL, what would be the question? Off top of that. 1, 2, 3.
Authentication. How does authentication work in
Oh,
GraphQL?
guess what? Guess what? We rewrote a SaaS platform that does that, right? And now we can have now you and I can have a conversation about that, and you can ask questions, and I can get it, and I can get other folks involved who are like, hey, did you know? Oh, you live around Chicago. Well, let me go plug you into X, Y, Z, this, that, and the other. When it's this format over here, right? The presentation, if you will, presentation forward, then the thing that we have is now it's structured, right? It's not really meant to derive or meander around other places. Now it can, depending upon who's speaking, and there's nothing that's wrong with that. But the reality of it is, it's time boxed, right? And for those on camera, I'm looking at one of our campsites. So I think about online and say, nobody really wants to watch through the fishbowl. We don't want to watch more slides. And I want all of you to think, not just the people who are online, but the people here, I want you to think about what you think your value is. Why are you here? I cannot do anymore. My part's done, right? We continue to fix the website, build a platform, do that. Now you have to go use it, right? You can add sessions, activities, as we call them, and they can be anything you want. It can be for 2 people. It could be for 200 people. Now I happen to think 25 or less is actually the best. The conversation can happen for 12 minutes, or it can happen for 12 hours. And over the past year, I have been part of, let's see, that.us has served around, well, let me just look. How many have we served? 2,100 people, 514 activities, 660 hours, 658 hours of conversation. The people who are in there are getting their thing answered the way they want, right? They're seeking help. Things get connected. I know there's been consulting companies who have changed platforms because of what they've learned. I've gotten help. There's nothing that dictates how that space should work. It could be code reviews, peer reviews, mentoring, It could be slide slinging. It could be whatever you want it to be. The way we've tried to design it is taking the spirit of the things that's in the back, open spaces, try to bring that in globally such that you could do it online in a video call. You could chat, you could have breakout rooms, whatever, it's there, right? We're basically the big scheduler. And then have points in time throughout the year where we could raise what I call the density of geek. So this here, our time over the next 4 days, the density of geek is higher, right? There's more people here, there's more opportunity to have conversations. The same with online. We bring more people together, now you have a broader kind of view of the things that are there. So when I say we can do online different, the reality of the doing online different piece is that we all have to do it different, right? We have to make a decision how we want to do it and how we want to interact. Don't let the tools kind of dictate the things that we do. Hopefully some of the things that we're doing, you all love and like will use and tell us if we should do it better. For the folks that, can't be here in person, submit your stuff, like get it going. Let those conversations start to happen. And that's really what this piece is about, right? This piece is about, it's not just what's here, it's what's beyond this. And for the folks who can't physically be here, it's about taking advantage of the platform that's there, regardless of the number of people or the time. And anybody who's watching, it's completely open right now to submit. So there's nothing stopping you or and all of you here presently can join that stuff too, right? Just get on your computer, like it's not a big deal. So with that, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to ask some of the folks online if there are questions, comments. I'm going to ask you all while they're feverishly typing in their iPhones. Of course, with epic delay of latency, like 3 minutes later, it's like, oh, but this. Sorry, we passed up. Questions from you guys, or y'all, all y'all, that's what I should be saying. You guys is wrong. You have questions? Thoughts? Why are you here right now? Why did you come to this? The most boring thing on the schedule. Seriously, there's 12 of you.
Show support.
Thank you. I love that. First time, okay. First time. So looking for a bit of guidance. Okay. What to expect? What do you think so far? Did you know we had an online piece?
I did.
Okay. Have you used it?
I've joined a few sessions.
Have you? What did you think?
I like it.
Okay. Different? So for those
More interactive.
more interactive? Absolutely. Which is the point, right? I don't want to spend, well, I'm not on all of them, but I don't want to spend 600 hours, listening to things. I want to be involved.
How do you feel about the turnout for, as far as ticket sales and people involved?
Well, you just went bam right for it. How do I feel about the turnout? I think we sit in a very awesome opportunity and a very, I don't mean that us or that conference. I feel like we, people, humans, we sit at a very interesting intersection of life. And I mean that by, I feel like right now, more than ever, we need to learn how to find who our tribe is or set of tribes. So I'm trying to write a book about this. I think we need people now more than ever. I think we need to learn how to reevaluate what our tribe looks like, whether that's cross-boundary, whether that's multiples, what does a support group mean, what does it mean for work. There's a lot of the great resignation, and it's so hard to find people and this and that. I don't see that. I see people who are taking full advantage of being involved. That has led them to places they've never imagined, right? But they had to take a step. And when some people step forward, some step back, right? Louder ones step forward, others step back. But we all, as a society, got really cooped up. and it got super polarized. It still is super polarizing. States, down in Texas, there's dead bodies everywhere, and they're just walking around because whatever. But the thing is, humans need humans, right? If you want to get something done and you got a question and you need some help, wouldn't it be great to just pick up the phone and call? How many times have we sat in Slack or Stack Overflow to have a question answered that wasn't even the question you asked in the first damn place? It's like, great, thank you for that vial. It did nothing for me, and I am no further ahead than I was before. And I think that these are evolutions of where we've come. Now, to answer your question, how do I feel about the attendance? I can't answer that. It's a small show, right? It's the first time in a new market. Super curious how folks have even found us, right? If it's SEO, I'm really glad I spent a lot of time working on that because I don't know anything about SEO. That's a horrible way to find us. But then I think about the platform at large, and I think, how do I get you? So you've been to a couple of them, right? And now I'm thinking, why isn't that haven't seen you, or maybe I have and I forgot, I apologize. But at the same token, why haven't you used it more? And then it's not a dig, right? It's work for me to do in spelling out how it works. It's work for people to think about how the thing exists. Back to your question, small show, Wisconsin, big show, hopefully banger of a show. The thing is, again, this will never happen again. I remember almost all the people I interacted with the first year in Wisconsin. You all will decide how this goes. I get no input to whether you think that this is good or bad. You guys decide how you interact and was the time worth it. I often tell sales folks or sponsors, they'll say, well, how many people, and I got to have so many leads and this and that and blah, whatever. And I go, okay, well, if the one person in the room was Elon Musk, and I told you I only had one person, and then you closed a $2 billion deal, would have that been the right person? Well, yeah. I don't know, right? 1, 1,000, 10,000, I don't know that it matters to some degree. I think when it's small, we'll have a couple hundred folks, and when it's small, you have this opportunity to collaborate more and have a conversation that you maybe couldn't have before. So, do I wish we had more people? Yeah, I wish we had a bit more. But we're also here, and we're doing it, and you're not from here. You live in some other country called San Antonio. Somehow we attracted Chicago people further away. And I think that that's cool. And my measurement of success is, can we do it next year? Do you all want to come back? Will you get involved online? Will you take the advantage that's here? Will the people who have the ability to use online stuff take and add more activities during the week? And would you join something online? If your actions and your engagement is high, then I feel like I've won. So, what else? Because nobody's asking questions online because there's 8 people. I hear there's only 12 people on YouTube, and I got 8 of them. That's what Elon Musk said. What's that? The rest of, yeah, damn straight about that. True. We get I think last month we had about 40,000 unique people visit that.us. And just off the bat, I'm like, 20,000, it's bots. And we have China and all these other countries shut down because we can't take it. Corey says, curious how many attendees were at the very first Wisconsin, that conference. I think we were 450 and probably 2 kids. And at that time, I was doing a lot of speaking, and it was socially acceptable to go outside. Now it's questionable. I don't really know what to say. Other questions? We have some new folks in the room. Where are you from, sir? So you know this is all a thing over here at this table. You're representing the Maryland Crabs. Although you said you're from Pennsylvania, so you brought down a steel bar. So with that, here's what I'm going to say. For the folks that are online, take advantage of online. Do it different. It's there every day. There's nothing stopping you from using it. There's nothing really special about right now other than the fact that there's more people hopefully using it at the same time, right? So there should be more activity. There should be more fun. You should be creating stuff and getting involved with that. For all of you here, like, I'm going to stop this stream. Then we're going to start asking, I'm going to start asking you more. I'm going to learn how to speak, and then I'm going to ask you some more hard questions. But with that being said, online folks, just stepped on an alligator. Justin, Adam, Corey, better see you all in Wisconsin. Tammy, Lydia, it is great to see you. Please get involved online. Create some sessions. Meet new people. And you know that I always want your feedback. So with that, I'm going to stop this portion. I love you. We're out. Oh, don't clap for that. Shh.